Welcome to The Explainer. So let's just dive right into a truly fascinating idea today. What if your favorite color isn't, just a simple visual preference? What if the colors you're naturally drawn to actually represent deep psychological states of being? I mean, think about it. We constantly surround ourselves with specific hues in our clothes, our homes, our art, and we often do it without even realizing the profound psychological and historical weight they carry. Today, we're going to unpack how colors function not just as random labels, but as literal reflections of where our minds and souls truly belong. To help guide us through this, we're looking through the lens of Kurio Kai. If you don't know, Kurio Kai is a seeker. He's this persona who completely embodies the idea that curiosity just doesn't care about rigid subjects. He doesn't want to be boxed into studying just one thing. Instead, he believes that true curiosity opens doors to entirely new, interconnected realms of understanding. And today, we're using that exact boundless curiosity to explore the incredibly rich realm of color. Curio describes this philosophy beautifully. He says, my home. It's a place where curiosity grows, where questions are chased, where answers are sought, only to discover that every answer opens another door. I really want you to keep this concept of home in mind as we move forward, because we're basically going on a personal journey here. We're exploring specific colors as unique rooms within our own spiritual home. Every single color opens a totally new door to understanding ourselves. To see how this concept of a spiritual home builds on a macro scale, we actually have to look back to history. Long before modern psychology, historical alchemists were absolutely obsessed with transformation. They called this the great work, or the magnum opus, the creation of the philosopher's stone. But listen, this wasn't just about turning literal lead into gold. It was a really profound metaphor for spiritual transformation. And they categorized this whole journey into distinct color-coded phases. You have Negrito, which is black, Albedo, white, Citronitis, yellow, and Rubido, red. We're going to use this framework as our jumping-off point today. Now, where this journey begins is absolutely crucial, and it starts with black. In alchemy, this is the Negrito, or the black phase, and it's all about dissolving the self and the ego. I know a lot of cultures have super negative associations with black, but for the alchemist, this isn't evil at all. It's absolutely essential. Before anything new can be built up, the raw material literally has to be broken down. So this chaotic state, it might feel like a total breakdown in our lives, but it's actually the necessary fertile soil where true growth starts. It's the complete dismantling of who you thought you were. But once the dust of that chaotic breakdown finally settles, we enter the albedo, the white phase. And the contrast here is just striking. You go straight from chaotic ruins to a purifying ablution. All that psychological debris from the black phase, washed completely away. White represents the stark, cleansing light. It's a state of being where you are washed clean of impurities, totally ready to absorb new meaning and build a brand new foundation. So, once we're a clean slate, we can step outside those traditional alchemical stages and start exploring the other vibrant rooms of our home, starting with blue. Think about pop culture for a second. Think of characters like Cinderella, Belle, or the Blue Fairy. Why are they almost always dressed in blue? Well, it's because filmmakers and designers know that blue serves as an incredibly powerful visual shorthand. Without a single word of dialogue, this color instantly communicates innocence, tranquility, and a deep, reassuring trustworthiness. It just immediately puts us at ease. But the power of blue stretches way, way beyond movies. It's deeply rooted in religion and history, too. From the ancient Sumerians using lapis lazuli to the golden and blue funerary mask of King Tutankhamun, blue has always represented divinity, holiness, and the heavens. But honestly, perhaps most profoundly, blue represents infinite intelligence. It's the color of what philosophers call the mathematical sublime, that vast, totally incomprehensible expanse of the sea and the sky. It's a state of being that is expansive, wise, and deeply, deeply reflective. And the amazing thing is, science actually backs up why this color feels like a safe home for so many of us. Studies literally show that blue slows our heart rate and reduces stress. It actively promotes mental relaxation and emotional clarity. So it's really no wonder that surveys in the US and Europe show blue is the absolute favorite color of almost half of all men and women. It's universally associated with harmony, faithfulness, and this calm intellectual curiosity. If your soul's home is blue, you're seeking peace and infinite wisdom for sure. Okay, now let's contrast that serenity with something entirely different. Imagine the tranquil innocence of blue juxtaposed directly against the bold, fiery dominance and dynamic action of red. I actually want you to reflect for a second here. Does your own wardrobe, or even your own personality, lean more toward the quiet reflection of blue, or the explosive, fiery action of red? If you lean red, here's what's actually happening physiologically. Red is one of the most visible colors on the whole spectrum. I mean, it literally demands your immediate attention. It actually increases blood flow and physical arousal. Psychologically, it acts as a really powerful trigger tied to bold passion, power, and dominance. It's the fiery spirit of characters like Ariel, the bravery of the Gryffindor house, the heroic confidence of Iron Man, but also, the menacing anger of villains like Darth Maul. Red is absolutely the color of taking bold action. Reconnecting this back to our alchemetical magnum opus, we arrive at the final stage, the rubedo, or the red stage. In alchemy, this is the crucible. It represents a constantly moving target of self-actualization. So, if the black phase was breaking you down and the white phase was washing you clean, the red phase is the burning moment where you are continuously reforged. It's this thrilling, lifelong journey of ever becoming. If red is your home, your state of being is one of constant, passionate evolution. But the real magic happens when these energies aren't just isolated. Think about it. What happens when we take the infinite calm of blue and mix it with the warmth, happiness, and optimism of yellow, which was the citronitis phase from our alchemical journey? Well, we arrive directly at the natural, vibrant growth of green. We are literally synthesizing our intellectual depth with our joyful energy to create something completely new and life-sustaining. And that brings us perfectly to green. Green is the ultimate synthesis. It represents nature, growth, and vitality. In fact, just being in natural green environments is scientifically proven to provide stress relief and improve our focus. In Buddhism, it's linked to the profound power of nature itself, symbolizing the lushness of spring and the ultimate promise of renewal. For a lot of people, green isn't just a color, it's a really deep connection to the earth. It provides a grounding, restorative home for our psyche where we can truly flourish. So I want to challenge you directly here. What if your favorite color isn't just a simple aesthetic preference? What if it's a literal reflection of your soul's home? Are you currently in the black phase, breaking down the ego to start anew? Are you seeking the cleansing light of white, the infinite calm intelligence of blue, the bold, passionate crucible of red, or maybe the natural, grounding growth of green? I'm going to leave you with this incredibly evocative thought from the writer Kara Sue, speaking on the sublime forces of nature. He wrote, "The sea, as well as being the site where passions begin and become sublime, is also the carrier of loves that have ended." It's just a beautiful reminder that whether we're diving into the passionate depths or just floating on the calm surface, the colors we connect with carry the full, heavy weight of our human experience. So, which colorful room in this vast, curious house do you truly belong in? Thank you so much for exploring this with me today. And hey, never stop chasing your curiosity.